In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 4 greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Okay, everybody, once again, welcome to Spinner Rack. Today, we're going to talk about that new hit movie, Deadpool. As usual, we have part of the crew. Of course, we're missing one, and we're going to miss him. We're sorry we're going to miss him, but hey, the show must go on today. What can we do? As usual, we have part of the crew, P Money, also known as the Prime Minister, and
Calvin Ellis. When did he become? Whatever.
Yeah, he's the Prime Minister. So, against all expectations, this Deadpool movie is a hit. It's a huge hit.
Wait a second.
I don't know if it's going to go past the next year. My expectations with a hard R. Let me tell you right there. Yes, it could have done a lot worse, but I got to give it to them. Ryan Reynolds, you the man, baby.
Oh, okay.
Let me pass it on to Cal.
What expectations?
The expectation that, hey,
We
because of
talked about
PG-13,
this-
that it would not carry. But
No, this is because they did the smart thing you're supposed to do with the film. This film is marketed towards an audience that would be receptive for this type of film. They're not going after the PG-13 audience, okay? All of the trailers and stuff, they made certain that you knew this was an R film, and they put it around Valentine's Day so these guys could come out and bring their girlfriend as well and say, hey, why don't we go see this? It's a superhero movie, kind of joke about the whole thing. But, I mean, it was smart. $55 million budget. They're going to make back their entire budget. They might double their budget, okay, well before we even get to the next week in it. The buzz is good. You know, the reception is very strong. I'm not too certain about the whole expectations game, but, you know, I think their expectations on this were right where they were supposed to be.
I don't know. Fox didn't give it a lot of vote of confidence. If they did, they would give it a huge vote.
What about all of they took over.
Prime Minister.
Let
me let you come in. What do you think? Give us a heads up.
They took over a lot of the Viacom channels. Or you said you saw like on MTV, VH1. They did commercials the entire day of him hosting whatever show. Yep, Love and Hip Hop. He was doing. So it was like, you know, I think that last push, I didn't think it was going to be big, but they also had a last push just in case, which most movies do. They usually do like a trailer that we know, and then they switch the music to something popular to do a last push. But that being said, I enjoyed it immensely. It was, what was it?
Don't take your kids to see this show, ladies and gentlemen.
It's R.
Okay.
You make the decision.
Unless you want to have talk about sex, and by sex I mean all forms and types of sex.
Every form.
You don't need
everything possible.
Okay? This is a family show, gentlemen. We can't be talking about all that stuff.
So back to what I was saying. It was incredible, and the fact of taking the storytelling that they did, the narrative that they did.
Yes.
Of taking a story, and it's not a long, or the backstories might be a little bit longer, but the actual, the lead story in it is very simple, and the way they go back and forth within that story is incredible. Like, it's really exciting and fun. I mean, it basically took that teaser that they did and expanded it in ways that you're just going to have a whole lot of fun seeing.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the teaser and I said, wow, this is a lot of fun, but could they really do it? Could they really capture the character?
Ryan Reynolds is not big, but I mean, he's the sexiest man alive at one point.
Yeah.
I'm
one of the only people that like Green Lantern, okay? And they said they put the kibosh on that.
Well, if you like Green Lantern, that was just a bad film from start to finish. That doesn't even need to be brought in here.
You know what? I thought Ryan Reynolds did a great job.
Let's go back to that
Kilowog was great in that.
All right. Go back to that first Wolverine film. That portion right there. That's the basis for this film. Where Ryan Reynolds came and delivered as, you know, the Merc with the mouth and all the quick wits.
How long ago was that movie?
I don't remember how long ago that movie was.
But that was several years ago, and they had it constantly
the point is, that right there, that's your template. And that was one of those scenes that was well received. Same like Quicksilver's scene in the last X-Men.
But Quicksilver is not getting his own movie based off that.
The point is,
you know what I'm trying to say?
The point is, that was the template, that was well received, and that's what they based it on. And when they went to this film, they said, look, we're not going to try to tone down Deadpool so we can get a PG-13 audience. No, we're going to go R with this because that's what this character is. That's what works for the character, and that's why they're being successful with it. Like that opening we had, where you see all of that still, okay, the movement around, and it's funny, okay, we see the bullets flying, and we don't know exactly what goes on, right? That was really
opening was off the hook.
But that was all style. For me as a writer, I say, okay, can you take that portion now and connect it to your overall story? And when they do it, and as an audience, you say, okay, fine. And they made certain that you saw how everything happened, and then slowed it down. See, this is what was going on over here. So you have, you pretty much we're coming in with a flashback, we're brought back up to speed, and it all makes sense. It was I like the fact that they wanted to make a quality product, and they produced on that without changing the character.
Again, shock that Fox let this go through. I mean, because how many times?
Where is this coming from? You're in full businessman mode. Tight with the first string.
Against it entirely.
I was against.
How are you against this so much?
I was against the whole.
Anything.
I thought it could have done. I thought this movie could have done well as a PG-13. Some people tell me no. Some people say yes. But I thought that they wouldn't have gotten.
Could it have done well as a PG-13 movie? That's possible. But the point is that it's doing very well as an R-rated movie because they stayed true to the character.
Yes. And I agree.
And that's a very important thing. You need to stay true to the character. Why is this character successful? Because of X, Y, and Z. And then a lot of times when it gets to films, what are we going to do? We're going to change X, Y, and Z so we can get that broader audience, so we can get that particular rating. And then it may work well, it may not. Here they said, no, we're going to come over here. This is why this character is successful. We're going to market him as such. They had enough good buzz. They had enough good buzz coming in through because I didn't see a lot of trailers for this. To be quite
did. I saw a little.
I just didn't. I didn't see a lot of trailers. But the buzz, I knew the buzz for Deadpool was really strong and very positive. And then you come, Rotten Tomatoes, 81%, 81% approval rating on it. You're seeing all the critics come out saying, no, this is a good film. You're seeing that it's already cleared. Okay, they might clear 100 million before this weekend is over.
And you're not necessarily wrong, but I think we need to give credit where credit is due. The market was
Leslie Uggams. We have to give credit. We didn't know that from the Love Boats that she would really shine in this movie. And I was worried, black actresses not really getting their due. And Leslie Uggams came through. I wasn't really happy with all those Love Boats, but you really made it.
But will she be nominated is the question.
For Deadpool, I don't know. But, it's we go into that debate. I have a lot for that debate. But I'm not sure if maybe Leslie Uggams does deserve. We can slip her in. They released it early before the year. They can slip her in. I don't think this early in the year.
It's not happening.
It's not going to happen in the
And by next year they'll forget. But you're right. She did a great role there. Yeah. But what about Morena?
She was hot.
What about you think about her character?
I liked her character. I mean,
Mario likes the fat woman.
Wow, he likes full-figured women. I'm defending Mario on this, right? Is that what?
Leave Mario out of that. Okay?
So it is. He's right.
Yeah.
No.
He likes them with a few stomachs.
He's not saying no. He's not denying it.
I'm not even gonna get involved.
He's not denying it, America.
So, what do you think about her role? I thought she did a pretty good role. I was really surprised that she pulled it out as well. When they first brought her name into the character, I said, I don't know.
Wait a second. For why? As a girlfriend?
Yeah, she was a girlfriend.
You don't like her as a girlfriend?
Doesn't she become the character copycat?
Not in this film. But
no, but I'm saying she got put in the. I don't want to put any spoilers, but
you just did.
Ah.
I don't want to spoil anything, but
look, at the core of it, what I also think is very deceptive about the film, because a lot of guys are coming in here for the for the violence, for the swearing, for all the the off-color humor.
Yep.
Fine.
Yes.
But it's a love story at the end of the day.
Of course.
It's a love story, and it works pretty well with the Valentine's Day release. If you want to see something off. If you want to see something a little bit off the beaten trail as opposed to let's go see something romantic. Well, this is still a love story at the end of the day.
He's in a red outfit. He's in a red outfit also.
And that's a good point because what came out last year, 50 Shades of Grey, right? And they're doing just as well. I mean, they're doing some pretty gangbusters. This is a superhero take on it, but
there's no guns in it.
With the exception of that 50 Shades of Grey moment inside of Deadpool.
That's it. But I'm just saying, if we
there were a lot of you got to know, right?
What do you mean in that? Is that in?
It's about. Oh yes, it is.
Is that in 50 Shades?
I don't know. I didn't watch it, but I'm just assuming there were a lot of women in this movie. There were a lot of women who came by themselves, and there were a lot of women who came together as groups, not necessarily with their boyfriends. And that's pretty interesting.
You're saying
that was the audience you saw, right?
You said the bridal. Yeah. There was a bridal group with
the bridal group.
With the bridal groups that go to comedy shows with the blow up things and. That's
no. I'm not saying that at all. Okay. But I was pretty surprised by the audience. The audience was pretty.
I was surprised when you told me that audience as well, because my audience wasn't like that at all. So I'm not certain if it was the time you saw the movie or where you saw it.
Pretty interesting, probably.
But yeah, the fact that you had that sort of audience, I am surprised because that's not normally the demographic that comes to see those films.
I agree. But the thing, like I was saying before, the marketing. They were marketing on shows where shows that had.
I wonder if they knew what they were seeing. I really do. I wonder if they knew what they were seeing and went up there, hey, what the hell? Oh, well, we're here.
They said
We're
Ryan
past the
Reynolds.
bottle.
No, they maybe did. I mean,
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain on some of the shows they probably say, hey, yo, and Ryan Reynolds gives a little, he's going to show us a little stuff about himself that we've not seen before. Because there was stuff I didn't need to see.
Or no. You know, but it was, in general, it was a pretty good movie. What do you think about his buddy in the bar?
Yeah, he's funny. He's funny.
He's funny.
Yeah.
The only problem I had with it was Colossus. That was the only problem.
Oh, God.
Let's hold it before we get to Colossus.
How much more time we got? Let's get to Colossus now. They jobbed one of my favorite X-Men. Yes, they did. They turned him into a punchline, a joke. You're in the middle of a fight, and you stop the fight because you see Siska?
That's Colossus.
Come on, man. Come on.
That's Colossus.
He's a sensitive individual.
That's Colossus.
No, he was a dope. He's in the back of the car all hunched up, drinking on the little drink.
Joke.
Like, no, it was not funny.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
The audience
You were
laughed.
laughing, Pete?
Yes, we all laughed.
I'm saying there's a
Hold on,
cutesy
hold on.
part.
Were you laughing
It's
at the
a
parts
cute
with
part.
Colossus?
I don't have to laugh. No,
I'm just asking, were you laughing?
What part? Which part
With
are you
Colossus,
talking about?
any of the parts of Colossus that where he was being jobbed?
Look at it.
Were you
Not
laughing?
job. What do you mean job?
Just
What do you
laughing?
mean job?
Were you laughing?
I need you.
At any part?
There were some parts I laughed. The part I liked was
Mario,
when
did
she,
you laugh?
when she,
Yes,
well,
I laughed.
When she lost her top.
I don't like either
and he
one
was
of you.
at.
Okay, let me just leave it at that.
I'm saying the part where he lost it. That was a Colossus moment of being like you're that sort of thing of being shy. But his voice was seemingly older. We can't imagine that Colossus dating Kitty Pryde.
I know, yeah, I kind of agree with
That
you.
was the only thing I would say. But otherwise, for this movie,
Deadpool.
in this dynamic, I was fine with it. I mean,
Deadpool.
he showed that he was
TV
stronger
serial.
than her, and then she had one opening which she used. She didn't win ultimately. The other.
What do you mean she didn't win? She had him on his. I mean, come
But
on.
it wasn't over. But Colossus had lost before in the comics.
This isn't a comic. He's not going to
He's
lose
not
to Angel
supposed-
Dust.
he's
She's
not-
got him. She's garroting him.
She's a lot more
Why
powerful
did that
than
work?
They made it equal. It's not the
No,
same
but why is that even
character.
working? Why is that even working?
It
Colossus,
doesn't-
when he's in armored state, he doesn't need to breathe. So why is that even working?
Well, he's organic still. It's not. They don't.
He doesn't need to breathe when he's organic.
I don't
still.
know about that.
Yes, it is. It's true. It's
That
true.
doesn't-
Oh, I got one on Pete.
I
Yes.
don't know.
Do the research.
But
Come
that
back
doesn't
to
make
me.
any sense.
Exactly. That move right over there is supposed to work. Not necessarily. It's a submission hold because you can't breathe. She's got him like this. I'm like, hey.
It's still not about the breathing. He can still be hurt.
He didn't even try to roll over. Come on,
No,
man.
yeah, it's setting up for that for the other character to do something.
Exactly.
But it's
So he can get
but that don't-
saved by the little girl because
It's
he's
a
a
team.
big
They're a
dumb
team.
dude.
So who was the character
Lord.
named the little girl? What was her name? I missed it. What was her
Wait
name?
a second. I'm going back to this. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what
It's
I thought. Yeah.
sexist.
Come on
He's
back.
just
What's
being
sexist?
sexist. This is
How?
the guy right here because he doesn't like the girl beating up Colossus.
No, I don't like
Oh my
Colossus
God.
losing
That's
to
it.
an X-Men
Oh,
who he's more powerful than, and we know it.
They equal it
No,
out.
Angel Dust in the comics only can maintain that type of strength for a short period of time. After that, she
Hey.
burns out of power. It's like any drug. She juices up and then she's gone.
Look.
Here,
Well, probably has a
Gina
long
Carano
was in the role.
and Gina
So,
Carano looked like she put on some weight for this role too. She looked
she
heavier.
looks solid.
Yeah, she looks
She
like
she always looks like she can beat you up, and now
Yeah.
she can really kill you and Colossus. So.
No, they wrecked it, man. They jobbed my boy. They jobbed
No,
him.
they didn't. It's a comedy. It wasn't.
I'm
in the
surprised
dynamic
at
of
you
comedy.
though. You guys are all X-Men this, X-Men that, and now you're like, you see Colossus come
Because
over
we're
here
looking at him and
his,
we're
It's
looking
in
at
a
him
dynamic
in
of
steel
a
testicles.
different show, a totally different show.
She can punch him and everything of this nature, no problem. She hits him in the steel testicles. Oh,
Yeah.
It was just
Come
that
on.
was whack.
I think we
It
should
was
leave that
whack.
alone.
It was whack.
There was no humor in Cal. There's
I'm
no
telling you.
humor.
No, there's plenty of
None
humor.
all. Moving on.
Except for seeing Ryan Reynolds get pegged by his girlfriend.
See, no humor.
Why are we bringing that up?
No humor.
Because he asked about the humor.
No, that was not humorous at all. That was
You
not
bring
that
out you
bad.
talk about the
The
humor,
only-
and you talk about the part you didn't laugh at.
The
Talk
only
about
part,
the stuff that
all
you
I can
laughed
see as a
at.
guy you laughed at that part is if it happened to you, you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she got me
No,
that
you
time.
can
Yeah,
laugh at
okay.
it. You say, "Oh my God, they went there. I
So
can't
what do you
believe
guys-
they went there."
What do you guys think about Ajax as a nemesis in this movie?
It was good.
Is that an X-Men character, Ajax?
I
I
cannot.
don't remember. I don't
There's a
think
lot.
so.
There's too many mutants.
But
for
I
us to
thought he was
remember.
pretty good. You know,
Yeah.
the nemesis. I thought it was going to be somebody else, the guy in the black suit or something. But I thought Ajax came out pretty good being the main nemesis in this particular movie.
It was good.
You know?
I mean, he's a good.
I like
he's
his.
a
I
good
like his
nemesis
power.
fan.
He has no. His nerve endings are all dead. He doesn't die right away.
Well, it
He's
seems
I
not-
too
never
much
see. I
like,
never. Unless you've got some really good
Kick-Ass.
healing to go along with it,
Mhm.
that means your body's taking on all this
Yeah.
damage, and you just don't know it. The
Yeah.
fact that you don't feel pain doesn't mean that your
Yes.
body doesn't experience it. So you have to
Yeah.
have like some healing to go
Well,
along
he
with
got
it.
a sword straight through him, and was able to walk out of that.
But yeah, that's the whole thing.
So
Unless he
bled
has
out.
some sort of healing factor, it doesn't make sense.
It's like gaining. What was that? Like you ever read one of those Greek myths where they said, "Hey, I'm going to give you. You're never going to grow old, but they don't give you eternal youth, or they don't. They don't give you they give you eternal life, but they don't give you eternal youth along with it. Okay, so you're never going to die, but you're going to end up being like sentient dust, on the floor. It has to go in hand. So I try not to pay too much attention to that.
So what about the reasoning of them building, the reason that they got the guys together? I mean, that was one thing.
What guys? The X-Men?
When Ajax was getting all the guys, different people together, and experimenting to see whether or not they could become mutants and stuff.
But they've done stuff like that in the comics.
They're just evil villains, and they're like, and the thing worked because they got the mutant thing that happened. Like that's what Magneto used to do. They did it in the first X-Men movie where he was creating mutants, and he did that in the comics.
And Cloak and Dagger, that was their origin. That they actually got taken in with these other runaway kids, and they were experimented on, and whatever latent mutant abilities.
Cloak and Dagger anymore? My God, that's like
it was a hot comic.
It was a
at
good
the time.
That was their storyline.
But that's the hardest. Well, that goes into another thing. It's hard that there's so many comics that we look at, and we talked about it last episode.
That's what you should brought Cloak and Dagger last episode, not this episode.
Okay, let's move on.
I never asked for Cloak and Dagger to come back.
Oh.
That was you guys with your esoteric. Hey, let's have an esoteric show that nobody's gonna watch.
Now we're cutting this.
Not today. Not today. You got something for real people, regular people like you. Okay. Micronauts.
Micronauts was hot.
No, we're not doing it. We're not
you're not doing that. See, I tried to hold back on it. Now, that's it.
One of the greatest villains of all time, Baron K's the body bangs. Yeah. The destruction of a
Yeah, okay, you're doing your best D-man there, huh?
No, man, that's just the inner me.
We gotta get that spirit out. We gotta really release that spirit.
Do you think there's gonna be a sequel?
2 and
it's already greenlit.
X-Force.
It's already. But
they already greenlit the sequel.
What type? They can greenlit anything. But what type of sequel do you think it's going to be?
The same.
Is it going to be X?
They
Is it going to be a separate?
They already told you at the end of the film if you stay for the after credits.
It just said Cable. Oh, that's all.
So it's going to be a story involving Cable, and we already know when we get Cable, we're going to get some time travel. We're going to get some weird stuff going on, and we'll just wait and see. We didn't necessarily know what this film was going to be. We waited, we saw, and we'll do that again. But we'll probably see Deadpool a lot faster.
That's going to be almost like that could be like a Batman v Superman, where they're just going at it the entire episode, but it'd be good.
Yep, it would be good. They had some film out where they had these two spies going after each other because they both like the same girl. And you can keep it on that low, shallow level, and it's fun because over there. But not when you try to look. Oh goodness! But that's another story altogether. But hey, let's just wait. Let's just wait for it. Let's just wait for it.
Okay. Another question. So this was Liefeld's creation, basically, right?
Liefeld?
Well,
wasn't it Liefeld's creation?
No, it is Liefeld's creation, but it's also Fabian Nicieza gave him that.
Liefeld created Deadpool?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to be.
He must be making some decent change right now.
But this is owned by Marvel, though.
No, they shared with them.
Yeah,
get out of here.
Yeah. I mean, they shared also. I mean, Byrne has
Cable, Cable, Deadpool. At that point, because that was in the 90s when these guys were still like creators' rights and
But this was before they went to Image or after he went to Image?
Before.
But they have a small percentage, like 4%.
That's still good
for
enough.
what's
I'll
happening.
take the 4.
Yeah, he says he gets. When they probably upped it because of. They probably did, or they probably did it for Jim Lee and all of those. I don't. This is opinion, but I mean, but Liefeld has said he's gotten money from them, and they probably did it for all of the guys before they went to Image because they wanted to keep them. Because I think Byrne was getting 4% for Alpha. Like everyone had a little bit. They're trying to give a little incentive, So
give him 4% for Alpha doesn't mean anything.
I mean, that probably was the standard.
The
At that point, it was like the first one sold more than the X-Men. It was like 600,000 the first issue.
One episode,
that first
issue,
Alpha
one.
The first series, and then it was like I guess a little under.
But that was hot.
X-Men.
That was hot. Everybody wanted to see that. That was a really.
And then it went.
When Byrne left, it went.
Well, because that was Byrne's baby. He really needs to be him to keep that rolling. And he had a whole bunch of ideas. And what was he on there? He was on there for a year, and then he was out.
Oh, he was there for it was over till 29. So it was over 2 years.
Because I left after 12. After 12, when he killed Guardian, I said, okay, I'm out. That was pretty much the end of it.
Well, he was giving you stories that you really weren't like. There's a lot of adult stuff in it, but we're still on Deadpool. Even though I'd love to continue talking about Alpha, but we're on Deadpool.
No, we don't want to talk about Alpha ever.
Yes, we do.
As far as
we're going to
it's dead, and we'll stay dead.
Next time, we're going to do it.
Anyway, so yeah, he's probably getting some percentage off that, but we'll just wait to see what the sequel. We'll just wait to see what the sequel has. But it was a good. Hey, look, it was a good time. If you want to have a good time, Deadpool. Just don't bring your children.
Well,
Okay? Don't make that mistake like you people who brought your children to the Eddie Murphy concert. Don't bring your children.
Which one? The Raw?
Delirious.
One, yeah.
That's like...
Don't you remember the opening?
Oh, you mean
He said, some of you people saw me on Saturday Night Live. This is not buckwheat.
Yeah.
This is not buckwheat. I'm not doing that tonight.
So...
Well, I want to just add, I'll say it again, I did say a little bit, but Fabian Nicieza is one who really gave him that attitude. And really, because Liefeld was gone, by issue 8, he introduced them. And then Nicieza is one who brought him back, used them a bunch, had him that bound, flipping out, always telling the jokes. And it's basically all dialogue because it's, passing a bunch of characters. But, Nicieza really added that attitude to him.
He made him the Merc with the mouth.
Yeah, the mouth. Yeah, and no, he did do the miniseries. He did the miniseries also, and then Mark Waid did the second one.
I mean, who do you think, of all the characters, Deadpool should probably be in the show other than Cable?
Who cares?
I mean, I'm thinking, I'd love to see him again with Wolverine.
He's more.
I thought they were going to sneak him in. Maybe they will.
I thought they was going to have
But
that.
he's one of these. Look, they had enough pictures of Hugh Jackman inside of there.
But he wasn't. He wasn't.
You know why they kept showing the pictures though? They're like, hey, come on the show. We want you here. But it doesn't matter. Deadpool's look. Once you have if it's Deadpool and it's his film, everybody else is really going to become more like an agitprop type character. Okay, these guys are going to. You take Deadpool and you throw any other character, Batman, the Mutant Ninja Turtles, everybody else is going to be formed around that particular type of humor.
I totally disagree because you're presupposing that it was going to be a hit, and it is a hit now. The same thing like Guardians of the Galaxy. I think a movie like this was given more latitude, like Guardian, and probably even Ant-Man to a degree because they were like, hey, no one really thinks these are going to be huge properties. And guess what? There was an appetite for these particular properties.
No, I disagree with. There was always an appetite for these type of things because there was an appetite for it in the comics.
They said there was no way this was going to be a hit.
No.
They never said
that's
the same thing.
That's that business model, type of mind state that too many guys make the mistake on.
Wait, are you calling me this type of model?
Yeah, you are.
I totally disagree.
Okay,
by the way, I am not an accountant.
You gonna take that, Mario?
The business guys come in. The business guys come in, and they look at something. You already have Deadpool. Deadpool is already a very popular character. Okay, where you have an audience for this character. That's the only reason why he can make the transition here because they've already shown it in the comic. Why are you cutting me? Why are you cutting me?
I'm not saying
why are you cutting me? Why are you cutting me?
A comic book audience.
I'm just trying to say what I'm trying to say. You keep cutting me.
I'm just saying a comic book audience does not equate to a movie
audience.
Oh, come on.
Not all the time. No, that's ridiculous.
I mean, the numbers are far
different. That is ridiculous. That's your test ground right over there. Right. You already know what's popular. Okay, when you have Superman, you know how many times he got rejected before finally he got a comic, and then all of a sudden now. No, obviously there was an audience for it, and these guys didn't realize it. They had to finally say, okay, let's sue and see what happens. And they're like, oh my goodness, we had no idea. No, the people who created it said, no, this is something that'll probably go well. We have very good confidence in it. Deadpool's no different. You see that he's a popular character. Almost all popular characters in literature, comic books, they almost always make that transition to the field. Or is every time it's successful? No. The main reason why it's usually not successful, the difference between, say, Deadpool and the Green Hornet is in the Green Hornet, they turned him into something that was totally different than what the character was conceived to be, where in Deadpool, you got exactly what the character is in the comic. So anybody who was hedging their bet never read a comic book, didn't see why he was popular with this particular audience, and that audience isn't just a comic book audience, it's exponential. You just get the guys who read comics. There are plenty of people who appreciate the humor, and will appreciate the levity, and will appreciate the situation. So when you go into that business model, when you go into that business mindset...
He did it again.
That's when you have like this. That's when you got these blinders on, and you can't see the whole scope. Now, when you see the whole scope, you're like, no. The only reason why Deadpool would have been unsuccessful is if you didn't treat it with quality, and if you tried to change the character from what was already popular.
We got that. But I'm saying the comic book model, the reason why when they sell the rights to comic books or books to the movie guys, and they change it because it's a different level, a different size. You know what I'm trying to say? Deadpool, what does Deadpool sell as a comic book?
It's just more money. That's why it is. More money, more risk.
$10 million a year at the max. You know what I'm trying to say? Probably
comic books.
That's the business mind. That again, that is your business mind.
We're talking about the movie is $100 million that we're talking about is coming.
No, the movie was 55.
No, I'm saying right now the budget, the revenue was about $100 million. You're saying is coming in now.
But that's that business mindset that you're talking about right over here. It's more money, so it's a bigger risk. So now we need to make changes to ensure that the money that we're putting here, we're going to get back.
But what's the point in making the movie unless you're going to get a return? There's no point.
The point of it is you will make your return if you understand why this character is successful in the first place. Once you start doing that business BS, that's when you have a problem.
I totally disagree. I think they did the right thing, thinking the business BS. Fox hedges bet.
Okay,
and on top of that, they market
okay,
they
Man of
market
Steel.
all over.
Okay, Man of Steel. Man of Steel.
No, but Warner is doing some weird stuff, so we'll see how that works out.
Weird?
But I'm still open.
We're about to get into Warner in our next episode. Next episode. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Prime Minister, you have anything else further to add? Other than the madness we just heard a minute ago.
Whenever you add humor into sort of this sort of genre, will it leak into the X-Men? Maybe the X-Men needs it. I mean, they always had humor in it in the Singer movies, but will they add, or will they add a bit? Will they add Deadpool visiting again to the current X-Men? I mean, it's Apocalypse, it's dark, it's heavy, it's all that stuff. So that's what I wonder if he's going to sort of mingle around it like he's hot, or will the Wolverine movie become, I know it's supposed to be the last one, so it's probably going to be serious.
Wasn't the last one?
No.
This is the last
I
one.
said Hugh Jackman is said it's going to be his last, so maybe he'll add a little more humor to it.
Is Hugh Jackman in Days of Apocalypse? Because I haven't seen anything of him.
I haven't either.
That's a good point.
But it's also, well, he might be having more big character.
He has to be in it.
But they were just talking about him and not
he wasn't in first
recasting him.
class.
So he was in there for a hot second.
Exactly.
And that was the scene everybody loved. That's the only scene.
Yeah, because everybody loves Wolverine.
Yeah.
And Hugh Jackman, the tall, 6 foot.
That doesn't work as Wolverine.
Okay.
5 foot 4, 5 foot 6 with heels.
You guys are talking
he wears
about
cowboy heels.
Yeah. So what I
obviously it does work.
Yeah. So and that's a transition from the book to the movies because they
that's
said
not a transition.
That's a transition. Of course, it's a transition because
it's still the same character. It's not a transition.
But they changed the character, how tall he is.
Oh, whatever.
I mean, it's a big thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say?
All right,
turn him into a pretty boy.
Exactly.
Now you're doing this business thing again.
Oh my God!
You're doing this business thing again, man.
See.
It's like, no, we can't have them this short because leading men are always supposed to be tall. If they're not tall, then we're not going to make that money. And what is this about? It's about that paper. We want that paper, right? We want to stack it.
It's about the dollars.
Stack it
UN,
Euro.
You know? That's what it's about, baby. I mean, no matter what you say, no one's going to make another movie unless it makes some money, right?
Well, it made a whole bunch of money, so there's going to be another
Just
movie.
like the Batman v Superman is going to make a lot of money. There's going to be another one.
We'll see. It might.
Stay tuned. We're coming up.
Okay, any last words, gentlemen?
Hope to see the second one.
Nice to see a good movie. Nice to see a good movie that stays true to the character. Nice to see that. Make more movies like that. You'll make your money. You'll make your money. Don't listen to big business. Don't listen to big business.
You let them
because these guys are going to get their money regardless. What do you pay for? You pay because you have read these comics, you've read these books, and now you just want to see the transition to the film. You want to see the transition to this media, and you want to see it played out in that form. You're not asking for a change. You're asking for an expansion on what you've already consumed. Don't listen to big business. Don't be like big business. Deadpool, thank you for not being like big business.